Good morning and welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 for September 5th, 2023. Rodney Dangerfield Back in School Edition. At number 10, it's the Devil's Cut number 1, Junko Mizuno 1 in 100, Distillery 2023. Guys, we have a new publisher, and this is their debut book. It's seen heavy aftermarket action, as it was difficult to find at most local comic shops, and shops can be wary of new titles, especially from new publishers. That goes doubly for this book, a beautiful Mizuno 1 in 100 variant, and now we're tracking it at a high sale of $225 for a raw copy with a current near mint FMV of $190, nearly double the ratio value. At number 9, it's the amazing SpiderMan 32 Elizabeth Torque Homage 1 in 50 Marvel 2023. Hey, who doesn't love an incredible homage cover? This Elizabeth Torque 1 in 50 knocked it out of the park, as was featured in the fan favorite Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider as they dig themselves from their own grave. We tracked it at a high sale of $51 for a raw copy with a near mint FMV of $45. It effectively sold half the copies this last week, but it maintains the value with a slight dip here and there. Dig in. At number 8, it's Star Wars Heir to the Empire number 1, newsstand Dark Horse 1995. Being the newsstand copy of Grand Admiral Thrawn's first appearance, a certain group of collectors define this book as a must-have. It's rarer, as newsstand copies were well on their way towards extinction when this book was released, and it boasts a price tag to prove it. It routinely goes for nearly double when it hits the market, evinced by the high sale of $1,642 for a CGC 9.8 copy with a current raw very fine FMV of $200. Number 7 is Web of Spider-Man number 32, Direct Marvel 1987. This book has acquired a legendary status, with Mike Zeck channeling all his talents into the cover. It's been homaged by recent covers like Ms. Torque's 1 in 50 variant, with good reason. It is also part of Craven's Last Hunt run, widely considered one of the greatest Spider-Man stories ever, fitting it would boast such an epic cover to boot. And whilst it's a coveted book for its art, it's incredibly affordable and attainable, evidenced by the high sale of $155 for CGC 9.6 with a current raw near mint. Whoops, that's a fine FMV of $42. But just last week, a CGC 9.4 copy sold for around $60. Come on, guys! At number 6, it's X-Men 130 newsstand Marvel 1980. Last week, this book sat firm at number 3, while Dazzler's first solo title was at number 2. This week, her solo book has moved to the number 1 spot, while this book has fallen all the way to number 6. And now that the initial rumors have subsided a bit, less attention is being paid. And this is sad. It's part of that higher buy-in price and ease of attaining a copy worth having. And it's led us to track this high sale at $375 for a CGC 9.4 with a current raw fine FMV of $93. Yeah, copies are flooding the market. At number 5, Star Wars Kanan number 6, Marvel 2015. While Star Wars Kanan number 1 was initially the money book, this book has overtaken it in market value. Haha! Suck it, number 1! It features the first full appearance of Ezra Bridger and Sabine Wren. Obviously important players in Ahsoka. So far we've gotten Sabine and we're waiting on Ezra, but he has been confirmed to be played by Iman Asfandi, and the consensus is they nailed the casting. We tracked it at a high sale of $340 for a CGC 9.8 with a near mint raw FMV of $81. At number 4, it's Star Wars Kanan number 1. Wait a minute, Marvel 2015. I said suck it, but here it is at number 4. When we first see Ahsoka in The Mandalorian, she mentions Grand Admiral Thrawn, and the community began to pay attention. Combine that with the confirmation Ahsoka would be getting her series, well, fans immediately zeroed in on this book, amongst others, and why. It features the first appearance of Ezra Bridger, Sabine Wren, and Kanan Jarrus, all essential characters to the Ahsoka story fans were dying for, and they will be getting it, as it's been revealed through the first few episodes of Ahsoka what her mission actually is. That, and the canonization of Sabine Wren being the Padawan to Ahsoka. This book has since shot up on the priority list for most collectors, and we tracked it at a high sale of $132 for a CGC 9.8 with a raw near mint FMV of $38. Number 3, Nort's Illustrated Swimsuit Edition number 1, Pablo Villalobos 1 in 25 DC 2023. Nort is not your typical goofball. But what makes him different is that he is also a Green Lantern who got the opportunity to put together a swimsuit issue featuring some of our favorite DC heroes. Wait, I mean, Nort didn't put... This 1 in 25 book from Lobos was the Pick Up the Litter featuring Wonder Woman in all her Amazonian glory. Wonder Woman variant covers typically do quite well in the aftermarket, and this book is no exception. We tracked it at a high sale of $80 for a raw copy with a current raw near mint FMV of $68. At number 2, Star Wars Heir to the Empire. Number 1, Dark Horse, 1995. This book has been hot for months, ebbing and flowing as we grew ever closer to the release of Ahsoka. That's because Grand Admiral Thrawn was confirmed to appear. Then we got the trailer, which showed him in live action for the first time and shot this book to higher heights. So far, we've only gotten a brief moment in episode 2 of Ahsoka, revealing just how powerful Thrawn has become since he was last seen in Star Wars Rebels. He's now an extragalactic threat, one could rival, one who could surpass the baddest bad to date, Emperor Palpatine or Palpatine. Cue the run on this book again as many fans are listing their copies with many more snagging them up. It's not Palpatine. We tracked it at a high sale of $900 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a raw near mid FMV of $166. And at number 1, it's Dazzler number 1, Marvel 1981. Oh, so many ones. While the Taylor Swift as Dazzler rumors still haven't been shot down, the hype has died down a bit. But not enough to knock this book from first. When the initial rumor that Taylor Swift may appear as Dazzler in Deadpool 3, well, when that surfaced, fans scooped this book up in droves. Now we are seeing a deluge of online fan art that maintains fan interest. It's the first Dazzler solo title and much more affordable when stacked against her first appearance and its higher price tag. We tracked it at a high sale of $195 for a CGC 9.8 with a current raw very fine FMV of $10, and that was your cover price top 10 for September 5th, 2023. Rodney Dangerfield, back to school. Cover price. Your home online for comic collecting.